Welcome back to part 4 of our series on landing your first 3 freelance clients in 30 days. So far, we've laid the groundwork with a strong foundation, tapped into the power of your inner circle, and explored the world of online platforms and marketplaces. But today, we're tackling a strategy that makes a lot of freelancers nervous: cold outreach. Yep, we're talking about sending cold emails, pitching directly to clients, and even knocking on real world doors. If the thought of that makes your palms sweat, don't worry. I used to feel the same way. But here's the good news: it's not nearly as scary as it sounds, and it can actually be one of the most effective ways to land clients. Let's break it down.
Welcome to the Freelance Insider Podcast, the podcast where we take a close look under the hood of the freelance world. I'm your host, Al Calder, a freelance writer and audiobook narrator. I'm here to help you with your freelance journey. Whether you're just starting out or looking to ramp up your freelance game, you're in the right place.
When I first heard about cold emailing, honestly, I froze. I didn't even give it a shot until I was about 5 years into my freelance career. Why? Because rejection stings. Nobody likes hearing no. But here's the truth: cold outreach isn't about avoiding rejection, it's about playing the numbers game. Even if you only win one client for every 100 pitches, that's still enough to build a thriving freelance career if you do it consistently. The key is to reframe how you think about it. You're not spamming strangers, you're starting conversations, and conversations lead to opportunities. Let's get practical. If you want cold emails or pitches to work, you can't just copy and paste a generic message and blast it out. It never works. Instead, focus on 3 things. One, do your homework. Research the company or client before you reach out. What are their pain points? What are they struggling with? When you show you've done your research, your email instantly stands out because most freelancers don't do the research. Lead with value. Instead of asking, "Can you hire me?" start by giving. Share a quick idea, helpful tip, or a suggestion tailored to their business. People are much more likely to respond when they see you're focused on helping, not just selling. And 3, remember you have nothing to lose. This was the realization that changed everything for me. Worst case, they don't respond. And that puts you in exactly the same position you were in before you hit send. If you're nervous, you can even sweeten the deal by offering something free to start. Maybe a small audit, a short sample piece, or a quick design tweak. Even if they don't hire you, you've got another portfolio piece and maybe even a testimonial out of it. Here's something a lot of freelancers miss: not all networking happens behind a screen. In fact, some of the best opportunities come from real world connections. Think about it. Most freelancers are glued to their laptops, but when you step out into the world, you're instantly setting yourself apart. Here are some ideas: attend networking events, conferences, or even local meetups. Work in coffee shops or co working spaces where other business owners hang out. Strike up conversations at the gym, at community events, or anywhere people gather. And here's a big one: don't see other freelancers as competition. Collaboration is powerful stuff. A copywriter might pass a blog project your way, and you might pass a design project their way. That kind of give and take opens doors for everyone. Finally, if you have local clients, don't underestimate the power of a face to face meeting. Grabbing coffee with a potential client can go a long way towards building trust. So let's recap today's episode. Cold outreach is about starting conversations, not spamming strangers. Do your research, lead with value, and remember, you have nothing to lose. And don't forget the real world. Networking in person can give you a huge edge over the freelancers that don't do this, who never leave their laptops. In the next episode, we'll wrap up the series by talking about mindset, metrics, and sustainable growth. Because landing your first 3 clients is just the beginning. The real goal is building a business that lasts. Thanks for listening to part 4 of our series on landing your first 3 freelance clients in 30 days. If you're enjoying this series, make sure to follow the podcast so you don't miss the final episode. And if you're ready to start cold outreach, but don't know what to say, check the show notes. I got a few simple templates to get you started. Until next time, keep pitching, keep practicing, and keep moving forward.
Thanks for tuning in to the Freelance Insider Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and leave a review. It helps more freelancers like you find the show. Got questions or topics you want covered? Reach out to me at remoteofficeworld.com. You can also find the link in the show description. Until next time, keep on freelancing your way to freedom.